Yo, I am Casey Zaugg, your iFit trainer. Today we are at the top of Hai Pass in beautiful Vietnam. Having achieved nirvana, we now get to have a little fun by descending to a beautiful beach down below while doing VO2 max intervals. Let's go jump on our steeds and roll out. Now that we've been able to start rolling out from the summit of Hai Pass, I want you to spin your legs here for our warm-up. Give me a cadence of around 60 to 70. RPE of about 2 to 3 now. Got to get the blood flowing, get those muscles warmed up, as we will be knocking out 5 VO2 max intervals today on this extended descent from Hai Pass down to a beautiful beach overlook down in the valley below. On our Advanced Performance Adventure series here in Vietnam. And I must say, that climb up to Hai Pass on our last segment was an amazing workout. And you did a fantastic job with those 2 FTP intervals, laying down the power, climbing all that vert. And now we get a little bit of the payoff on this descent. That being said though, we are going to have to do some high speed spin VO2 max intervals because we've got a fast speed along this gnarly descent through the clouds, through the jungle, down to sea level as we hit the beach. So I can't imagine a more scenic way to enjoy our post-nirvana bliss here in Da Nang, Thailand. We're about halfway through our warm-up here. Up your RPE to about a 4 at this point. Keep your cadence high. This is now our 3rd set of VO2 max intervals. Remember, we are going to be pushing it at an RPE of 8 to 9. This is the type of high intensity interval that you're really not having too much fun while you're suffering through it, but it's not quite as long in terms of duration as the other intervals. High suffering, shorter duration, but massive workload and very important gains that we do on this. Our volume of oxygen that we're able to assimilate and utilize is really important as we think about how our body can avoid hitting an anaerobic threshold. So as we are able to increase that VO2 max level, we can deliver more consistent power to the pedals without fatiguing. Because the moment your body can't pull in any more oxygen for those mitochondria powerhouses, you're going to start going anaerobic, your muscles are going to fatigue, and you're going to crash. Maybe not literally crash on your bike, but you're going to have a bit of a bonk or a muscle blow up. So that's why we're working these intervals. You've really got to give it your all. We've already done 2 sets of them from our earlier segments. So now you've got a feel for it. So you can give it an RPE of 8, trending towards 9 here in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, push it. First VO2 max interval, we got 5 today. Spin it high, cadence of 90. You're gonna feel this in your legs. You're gonna feel this in your lungs. You're gonna taste it in your mouth with that heavy breathing. Woo! We're 30 seconds in. I want you to keep pushing it. We are cruising down from Hyven Pass here. This is a blast. Amazing views to our left and right. Dense jungle, ocean overlook. Amazing. Cross this bridge. We're 1 minute in. Keep going. Woo! Keep that cadence high. RPE of 8 to 9 here. We are screaming down from the pass. Pushing our oxygen threshold, really stretching those lung capillaries so they work harder and are more efficient. We don't want to go anaerobic in the future. We need to lay down more power, so that's why we're doing this advanced series. You are doing awesome. We've only got 5 more seconds on this. 3, 2, 1, dial it back. Oh man, woo! That was gnarly. Whew. Take your cadence down to about 60 to 70 here. I want your RPE to be no more than 2 to 3 during these rests. You really got to give your legs and your lungs time to recover in between each of these intervals. Appreciate this view that we've got. It's amazing, it's phenomenal, and it's well deserved after that awesome interval that we just put in. Lead me out on this switchback. Take ahead and enjoy the view, the way a lot of these tourists are. Coming and checking out the descent down Hyven Pass. Woo! You're looking good. I enjoy the way you're spinning those circles on the pedals. Remember, these are high cadence VO2 max intervals. Because we're descending, we've got low resistance. The decline allows us to have a fast speed, but we've got to keep a high cadence to really make sure we're putting down the power. In about 10 seconds, we've got our next interval. Three, 2, 1, push it. Roll out. VO2 number 2 for the day. Does that then make this one VO2 squared? Sorry, I can't resist. When I'm suffering on the bike this way, sometimes my mind goes to really lame wordplay to help my mental state endure the suffering and pain that we're going through. 30 seconds in and you're doing great. Fantastic work. Oh, got a waterfall up ahead, cascading down that rock slab. Beautiful. Oh, lush, verdant Vietnam. This is amazing. Around this bend, Keep it going strong. We're 1 minute in. You are doing so well on this. We are cruising. Each S curve gives us new overlooks to appreciate. These views are spectacular. Vietnam definitely is a destination for cycling, given the quality of roads, the beautiful scenery, and the ability to knock out some stellar intervals. And today we are definitely laying out the power to increase our VO2 max. 5 seconds, you're doing great. 3, 2, 1, tone it down. Oh, okay. Woo! RP of 2 to 3. Get your cadence down to about 60 to 70. Light spinning here. Not slow spinning, but light. Let's let our heart rate return to a more reasonable level. This has not been a mellow grade, so we've really been hammering out a fast descent so far on these VO2 max intervals. I can just imagine what it was like centuries ago as other settlers or locals were having to use beasts of burden to travel up to the pass for the defense perimeter, and in times of war to hold that key strategic location at the top of Haivan Pass, the geographical break point between North and South Vietnam. But today now, we don't need to think about that so much. We just need to keep our legs spinning, our heart rate up at a good enough level during this rest as we prepare for our third VO2 max interval. We've got about 10 seconds left, so I want you to start ramping up a bit because we're gonna peg it. This one's gonna be a solid RPE of 9 in 3, 2, 1, go. Push it, push it, push it. Sweeping curves, let's really go. Woo! This was the Champa Kingdom coming up from the south and the east, and we are rolling through these flowing S curves. You are doing awesome. We are 30 seconds in. Wide curve for that bus. Let's make sure we're staying on the shoulder here. Keep that cadence high, 80 to 90. We've been pushing an RPE of 9 here. I want you to hold it at a solid 9 for 5 seconds. Then we'll push it down a little bit to an 8. We were pegging it to really push that VO2 level. Okay, hold it here at an 8, 8.5. Oh, wow. These views, this jungle, this is amazing. Keep that cadence high. 30 seconds to go. I can see us getting a little closer to the ocean. Getting down there near sea level, which means we've covered a lot of ground on this interval. 10 seconds, keep it up. We're not done yet. No half-hearted efforts here on this advanced interval series in Vietnam. 3, 2, 1, dial it back. Woo. Nice work. Nice work. We're over halfway done now. Keep that cadence around 60 here. Spin lightly. RPE of 2 to 3. I naturally am someone who actually keeps a lower cadence on most of my rides. Each cyclist is a little different to find their sweet spot. Some pros tend to spin at a higher cadence. They just have that cardiovascular engine that's super efficient for a high cadence spinning with not quite as much raw power, while others, oftentimes slightly bigger cyclists, will just lay down epic power at a lower cadence. So our series here in Vietnam will combine a little of both. And on this one, it's really working me because we are doing super high speed spins for our intervals. So I'm totally feeling the effort that we're putting down here. And I hope you are too. No cheating. Remember, RPE of 8 to 9 when we've got that interval. We're still at a 2 to 3 here, keeping it nice and light during our recovery set. 10 seconds before we have to kick off our next interval. I want you to lead me out here. Push it. RPE 8 to 9. 3, 2, 1. Lead me out. Come on. This is our 4th, second to last interval. Keep going. Nice work. Those are some great circles you're spinning. Not only that, your cadence is beautiful. Super high speed spinning, really fast, hugging those curves. We suffered to gain this elevation on that climb up to Hyven Pass with those FTP intervals. Just solid 10 minutes of an effort of 7, trending to 8. And now we're VO2 maxing it, pushing it on these high intensity intervals. Whew. The view opens up now to the beach up ahead. This is awesome. You can see some of these evergreen style deciduous trees. Sandy, almost like we'd find in California. Maybe it's because this is an environment very appropriate to that type of flora and fauna. This is great. Talk about some fun, interesting things to help avoid the pain that we're feeling mentally and physically on this interval. Wow, look at this bridge. We got a rustic old train line right below us here. Oh, perfect timing. Keep that spinning up. Keep that spinning up. We can go. We can go. Nice. The interval gods smiled upon us. Keep that spinning high. 8 to 9 here. Go over the tracks. Careful on them. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let's do a rest. Look at that. Perfect timing. That train rolled through right before we made it down there. Get your RPE down to a 2 to a 3 during this rest period. Remember, we've got one more VO2 max interval to knock out. So don't give up on me yet. Keep that blood flowing, the heart rate pumping. If we didn't have another interval, I'd probably say we should go play in those. They look like sprinklers, to be honest. Letting out some water, I don't know. But we're not done yet. Keep that cadence high. $60 to $70 here. Light spinning, not a high resistance. This is all part of our high-speed VO2 max intervals today. Keep it going, we're not done yet. Okay, in 15 seconds, we're gonna kick off our last VO2 max. 3, 2, 1, push it. I want to hold a 9 or close to a 9 as much as we can today. Grade isn't quite as steep here, so cadence will be between 70 and 80. But I really want you to keep laying down the power. This isn't easy, I know. You're feeling every pedal stroke at this point. And you thought the climb up to the top of Hyven Pass was rough, and the descent may have been a cupcake ride, but no. Anytime you're doing intervals, you're working. You're working hard. But it's been fun, right? We've been able to just blaze down really long distance. Check out the views and enjoy the ride. Halfway done on this last interval. Keep that cadence high. Keep spinning. RPE of 8, 8.5 now. Fantastic work. You are doing awesome. Lead out this climb up the bridge. Come on. I want to let you see all the fishing boats up ahead. Push it, push it. Boy, we can see where we came down from. That was crazy. Beautiful scenery. Epic views. Amazing ride. 10 seconds. Massive wind kicking up. Let's finish in 3, 2, 1. Nice work, Bones. Oh, drop that RPE now to a 4 to a 5 for a second. Keep that spinning going. Woo! That was an adventure. For being so beautiful and amazing, I've got to say, it doesn't take away too much from that hurt that you get with a VO2 max interval. Eyeballs popping out of your head, taste of blood and metal in the mouth. Never easy. Okay, let's zip ahead here. Keep going. High spinning, not a huge RPE. Nice work. We covered that with great aplomb. Especially given the workload we just put in. It's not a ride in Vietnam without crossing lanes of traffic and watching motorbikes zip and weave around us. Okay, make sure your RPE is dropped to about 3 to 4 at this point, because we're just about to jump into our cool down. Hard right. Woo! Spin, 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 spin. Excuse us. Beep, beep. Xin chào. No more than 30 minutes ago, we were up at a high elevation at the top of Hyven Pass. And now here we are, just kicking it with the locals for our cool down. Nice work. Nothing like the nimble versatility of a bike to get through those tight areas. Thankfully, we are on our cool down, so we're spinning lightly, cadence of around 40 to 50. Nothing too stressful here. Taking a left here. This community, somewhat uniquely to the area, is 90% Christian, even though Vietnam is predominantly Buddhist. So you can see the Christian architecture here as we pass by this church. And so we've now been able to not only have an amazing descent and set of VO2 max intervals, but also encounter a convent of Christian communities here in a very Buddhist country. Narrow passageways, close quarters, it's all part of enjoying authentic Vietnam. We have now made it to the beach coming down from beautiful Hyven Pass. I'm really glad that you held all those VO2 max intervals the way you did. I know I'm feeling it, so make sure you take some time to rest, recover, get some fluids and some calories in you. Next time we've got a special treat for our tempo interval at a pottery village. Until then, I'm Casey, your iFit trainer. Keep spinning. Peace.